got in the car, rushing there with the sirens on, and we could get glimpses of the tower, and the fires seemed much worse than would be caused by a twin-engine plane.
I called Mayor Giuliani, and he was already on the way to the scene.
So basically, we closed down the bridges, the tunnels, and we turned them into a one-way street. Just in case it was a terrorist attack, we would cut off anybody coming into the city.
Mayor Giuliani told me he would meet me at the World Trade Center Tower 7, which was directly across the street from Tower 1. And that's where our command center was, our emergency command center for the city.
All right, that's a sneak peek of tonight's premiere of 9/11, the day that shook the world. You saw there some of the appearances that will happen in that. New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, former FDNY Commissioner Tom Van Essen, and our next guest, former NYPD Commissioner Bernie Kerik, who joins us now. Commissioner, good to see you.
Thanks, Sean.
So, Commissioner, you know, we have seen so many acts of heroism and courage on that day. When we look back, you saw them in person. Were the police officers who were going to the scene and helping people, were you telling them to do that, or were they taking that initiative upon themselves?
Well, listen, there's policies and procedures in place for just about every crisis under the sun in New York City. We never anticipated somebody would fly 2 planes into the towers using them as torpedoes. But the cops, the firemen, Port Authority police, they did what they had trained to do for years. You know, Rudy Giuliani created the Office of Emergency Management in 1996, and from that point forward, we constantly trained doing tabletop exercises and mock drills and everything under the sun, anything you could imagine, and it all went into play on the morning of September 11th.
It's amazing how that happened. You know, it's interesting. There's so many of the actions that you took saved countless lives, frankly, including evacuating so many of those buildings in Manhattan. It's interesting. You know, that's one of those decisions that I think sometimes at the time you go, I hope I'm right about this, that I'm telling all of these people in such a financial area, a district, to evacuate. It's probably going to cost millions and millions of dollars. But you saved countless lives. How did you have the foresight to make that decision?
You know what, Sean? We didn't know, we had no idea what was going on in the rest of the country. After the second plane hit Tower 2, when the second plane slammed through the north side of that building, I was standing in front of the building. At that point, I knew we were under attack, and I started calling out for the evacuation of City Hall, police headquarters, the Empire State Building, the UN, any other building that I thought there could be a possible attack. I didn't know if there were more planes. I didn't know if the mass transit system, the subway system, was going to be a target. We didn't know if they planned ground attacks. But obviously, this was a major attack on America. And you know, it's funny. Today is the first time I ever heard this. The mayor reminded me today that he kept calling me and saying, listen, you know, you should evacuate the UN. And I said, I got it, done. You should evacuate the Empire State Building, done. You know what? We were a good team. We got the job done. But I just want to remind your viewers, Sean, and I'll say this until the day I die, the men and women of the NYPD, the fire department, and the Port Authority police effected the greatest rescue mission in the history of this country. They took 20 to 25,000 people out of those buildings and the surrounding buildings, but they evacuated almost 1 million people, probably just over 1 million people, out of southern Manhattan into the 4 boroughs and into New Jersey, which has never, ever been done before in this country.
It was a miracle, that type of evacuation. You know, Commissioner, after those planes hit the towers, you had to deal with so many different things that you've been discussing. When you look back on that fateful day, is there a moment that stands out to you in your mind?
There's 2. Arriving at Vesey Street, trying to get into the command center, watching this debris come down from Tower 1, and then realizing as the debris got closer to the ground that it was bodies, it was people that was jumping, and I watched probably close to 24 people jump to their death just over a few minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. And then when I had to go in to talk to the families that night around 5 o'clock that evening, my first deputy, Joe Dunn, put all of the families into one room, an auditorium in police headquarters, and I had to go in and tell them that their loved ones were missing. I lost 23. The fire department lost 343, and the Port Authority police lost 37.
In the few seconds that we have left, what are you going to do tomorrow to commemorate the 20th anniversary?
I'll be leaving early in the morning. I'll be going downtown with Mayor Giuliani and some other members of the team that was with us on September 11th, as we have done over the last many, many years.
Okay. Commissioner, I know tomorrow is going to be much harder because it is this 20th anniversary. I hope that every cop that you see, you thank them on behalf of us. I know you probably thank them every day anyway, but their bravery continues to stand out. As you mentioned them, the FDNY, the Port Authority. So thank you for the service that you led on that day.
Sean, and one thing, thanks for the coverage tonight, especially Andy Card's interview was phenomenal. There's stuff in there that every American should know about.
I agree. Thank you, sir. We'll see you soon.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.